love coming out here on my own. It calms my mind. It gives you time to think. It gives you time to go a little bit deeper in yourself and get to know yourself. There's a lot to learn about yourself from just spending time with yourself. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from being isolated out here. My name's Dean. I'm an artist from Northwest Australia, and I create aerial seascapes on wood using anything and everything. Well, I was always into art. Growing up in a small town, there was a lot of time to be bored. So that developed my imagination. Whether it was drawing or painting or woodwork, I really just always got into the shed, got scrap bits of wood and a hammer and nails and was trying to make things. And it just progressed from there. The dream day would start waking up with the sunrise, just naturally without an alarm, and jumping in the ute and going for a drive, finding a wave, preferably uncrowded, and having a couple of hours of just pure bliss. My aim as an artist is to paint country on country with country. So I want to paint a beach while I'm at that beach and use different elements of that beach to get it into that painting and get the essence and the energy of that place into that painting. The pieces that I create are on slabs of wood that I source from around WA. Sometimes the trauma that the tree's gone through, whether it be a storm or it's been hit by lightning or it's got a fungal disease, that creates these beautiful, intricate patterns in the grain, and that's what I look for. Once I find a nice slab of wood that's interesting, then I find a beach that matches that outline. I start by carving the wood out, then I sand that down roughly until I get it smooth. In each element, when I'm doing a seascape, I'm trying to incorporate the actual natural element into it. So if I'm painting the beach sand, I try and use sand from that beach, or if I'm painting a rock, I try and get a piece of that rock and crush it up so I can match the colour absolutely perfect. And then I use acrylic paints and I use some inks, and also I've started using salt water to make the different patterns that you would see, from above on these beaches. At the end, I've been putting a couple layers of resin because the way light refracts off resin is so similar to the way it refracts off water. I just haven't found anything else that encapsulates water like resin does. Once the resin's set, then I give the wood a bit of a sand, polish it up and add some oil and hang it up, and she's good to go. There's a few challenges out here. Especially working with resin. The flies can be horrendous, and when I'm painting or when I've got a router in my hand or a power tool and I've got 6 flies in my face and one fly starts to crawl up my nose, it's really a test of patience. I think I'm building a very high tolerance to annoying things. It's a challenge, and I don't know why I put myself through it, but it just seems authentic and real. And I hope people appreciate the extra energy that goes into it to making it out here and making art on country. And that's what I want my art to do, is depict the place that people love. It either takes them back to a time they were there or looking forward to a time they're going there next. And either way, it excites them and improves their mood. Through my teen years, I kind of lost art a little bit. Got into surfing, and then I wanted to do nothing else. All my free time was finding waves, getting good waves, hanging out with mates at the beach, and everything else took a back seat, including art. I think the reason that I took up and fell in love with surfing is the freedom. And it wasn't until sort of my early mid-20s, one of my mates who I used to surf with passed away. He got killed by a shark. That really turned things upside down, because there was a sense of being lost. I didn't know what to do or how to deal with it or where to go. Because normally in any hardship that I had, I'd just go for a surf, and be it a good surf or a bad surf, whether I got a good wave or I got dumped and flogged, I always seemed to come out feeling much more clear-headed. And so in that instance, my place that I would go to for peace and comfort was turned into a place of fear and stress and sadness. I had to find something else. I had to find another creative outlet. So art does that for me. It allows me to focus on something that's purely creative. It just shifts my focus onto the beauty in the world rather than the harshness of the world. It's been therapy for me, 100%. I knew I'd get back in the water eventually, but it probably took about a year before I started getting back in the water. Now I go out there and I'm at peace with it, and I guess don't have that fear in the back of my mind like I did, where I can actually enjoy it again. It was good that I fell back into art in that way. And it's ironic that, it took loss for something beautiful to come out of it. Finishing an artwork piece, there's a big sense of relief. There's a lot of emotions while making an art piece. There's moments of pure joy and happiness when something turns out better than expected, and there's other times of frustration and annoyance when things aren't going to plan. But I find those moments of joy and bliss far outweigh the moments of frustration and annoyances. And then once I hand that over to someone, they're just so excited and giving me a big hug. It's just, maybe they were proposed to on that beach, maybe they used to go to that beach with a loved one that's no longer here, or their kid first swam there. So that's why I do it. That's a really good feeling. Being an artist, for the most part, it's a pretty shit business model. There's not a lot of artists that get rich, but there's purpose in it. It makes you feel better. It takes you into something which is purely for joy.